Okay, we'll try that again. What do you remember about each of your children when they were born?
When Julia, the oldest, was born, I was living in Maryland, but the best hospital was across the line in Delaware. What I remember about it is that I was standing looking at her through a glass. That's the way they did it in those days. And another couple came up there and they said, "Look at that beautiful child." And of course, I swelled with pride. Now with you, I was pleased that you were a boy. I was glad to name you after me. I turned the name around from Edward Lawrence to Lawrence Edward. And we started calling you Larry. What do I remember about you? Well, you were a good-looking child. And then a little later on, I remembered that you didn't like to study very much.
What about Drew?
Drew?
When they were born.
When they were born.
Oh, gee, it's hard to remember. I was glad that I could name him Drew after my university, Drew Theological School. I love the word. And that's about all I remember. He was a very good-looking child.
And Lee?
Lee didn't come along for 8 years. We kept trying and trying and trying. And finally, she was born. And I remember helping her mother take care of her because her mother worked as a nurse. And then we had a young woman help us to take care of her.
Tell me about your brothers and sisters.
Well, I had an older brother. The first child was mentally retarded. He was mean to the other kids. I was too small to remember anything about him. So they put him in an institution in North Dakota, and he spent his life there. Orville was a powerful person. He was the next boy, and he could take a man and hold him up over his head and throw him on the canvas. He loved to wrestle. He went into the Marines and was wounded several times in the South Pacific and was finally killed and buried in Manila, there in the Philippines. He was wonderful to my mother. He worked very hard for her, said she was crippled with arthritis, and she loved him and was heartbroken when he was killed. John was about 3 or 4 more years younger. Again, a powerful person, played football, captain of the football team, and was a good kid. Later became a sheriff in the county. Came through the war alive.
And your sisters?
Well, Eula was the oldest, never went to church until she married a Catholic fellow. Vera was more friendly, and so I felt closer to her. And she married a fellow there, and turned out to be a very good marriage. Alice was the youngest. She was younger than me. She was not a good student, and she bragged that she took no medicine, but we all had high blood pressure from Dad, and the high blood pressure gave her a stroke. I visited her in the hospital several times, and she died. I think that's all of them.
Okay. Well, I don't have any more questions. You want to say anything else?
Well, very glad to try to answer these in my poor way. My memory's not what it used to be, but I still enjoy life. I sleep a lot because I can't walk around much without holding on to something. And you children really blessed me giving me this chair. I may have knocked a few holes in the wall, and a few holes in the chair, but it still gets me there and gets me back.
Okay, that,
Well, just, what about your hobbies, Ed?
Hobbies?
Yeah, hobbies that you've had over the years.
Well, let me think. I can't remember.
you had hunting dogs, you
Oh, I
hunted?
had a hunting dog and had a marvelous time with him. I loved to hunt, and he loved to hunt. We hunted quail and pheasants and ate. I dressed them and fixed them. My mother cooked them.
And you were in some plays?
Yes, I was in plays in high school, and I was president of my class. I was converted when I was in high school, and it changed my life a great deal. The church was very narrow then, and so I couldn't play cards or couldn't go to the movies. And they just said that I couldn't dance. Some of this was a little too narrow, and I got over it as time went on. So that time I wasn't concerned about dancing. I did love to watch movies. What else?
You've always enjoyed movies and reading a lot, I know, haven't you?
Yes, I read a lot. I wrote a book on the funny things that have happened to me in the ministry. And what else is it?
I think Julia is one of your children that's really most exemplifies you with the love for reading.
Yes, and she also preaches.
Well, yeah.
Her church's pastor died, so she's going to take one of the Sundays to preach.
And so here, now that you're here, you have the clubs that you go to and the
Yes,
game nights and.
I play dominoes on Monday night, and I'd never played that kind of dominoes, so I really enjoy that. And then on Friday night, I have a couple of women play pitch with me, and I have belonged to the poetry club and read poems to the huge congregation in the shows that we put on. I belong to the religious committee, and I think that's about it.
Well, once again, today is June the 14th, 2016. I think we didn't give the year at the beginning.
Right.
2016, so.
And I was born in 1923.
Yep.
Makes me 93.
93 on Flag Day.
Yes.
All right.